first contact, the best I remember, somewhere in 2004, I was somewhere reading in the middle of a book called The Human Biological Machine, the Transformational Apparatus. And it occurred to me that there were many things being asked for me to do in this book that I could do. That it would be a good idea if I did them and see what the experience produced rather than just read the words and not doing them, which was part of my habits early. We were to look for evidence of the sleep of the machine, or the human biological machine, circumstantial evidence, various kinds of evidence. So I had a yellow notepad and my book, and diligently carrying around and gathering evidence of the sleep of my human biological machine. So some of the more obvious things was happening where I was to ask different people. Or it occurred to me that this was what I was going to ask people. Or to be aware of how it affected other people. I remember asking one young boy that I was taking care of, his name was Ryan, had quite a few disabilities, and he and I used to spend a lot of time together. And I asked him one day, just kind of a general question, like, Ryan, how do I seem to you today? He paused a little bit and he looked me right in the eye and he said, Mark, you kind of look like you're asleep. So I made a note of this without judgment, and I gave myself. I really began to want to know more and more what my current state was, what my condition was, so I knew where I could begin in that task through the labyrinth. And I was very fascinated by the ideas presented in the author's books. So I asked for a clear sign during this gathering of evidence. What is my condition? How can I know it so I know where to begin? Give me a sign somehow. And shortly after that, maybe the same day, I lost the book. I lost the pad of paper and my pens was with it. And I never found them again. So I thought it was somewhere near lost, and some guidance could be useful. So in my frustration, I began to wonder, what could I do with what I know now? What could I do with the resources that I have now? And I looked in the back of the book, or one of the author's books, and found the 800 number, and I thought to myself, where are these people? Maybe somebody's working with these ideas in the area that I can just call up. So I dialed the 800 number. A lady named Patricia Elizabeth answered the phone. And we talked. She put me in contact with a guy named Daniel. We met for a while. And I remember a time specifically came along where I was Sacramento airport and was picked up by Lady Lee and taken to what looked like a retreat area that I understood was run by some Quakers. And then we had this great weekend workshop that was in the series of workshops and work being called You Can Be, in which I, it was the following day, had in Sutton Gold, unfortunately felt and seemed like a very ordinary person to me, with a great amount of artistic ability, charisma, strength. He began to take us through a series of teachings I thought of as a house and a tree. Where we're treating a lot of houses and trees. And luckily for me, I felt this as a very ordinary occurrence. I felt very grateful to be able to do that. That evening I slept in an A-frame nearby. And the following day, I was so, even when I walked back to the A-frame, I was so blown out. I had a shift in my consciousness and expanded feeling of kind of like walking in a different place than where I began at this A-frame Quaker retreat center. I think I slept the following day for most of the day as part of the workshop. I thought this meeting with DJ, which was very general, I don't think this ever really but I felt really good to receive his instruction and his teaching. And so I met him in my first contact during the You Can Paint series, where we were working with what was called a house and a tree. I really enjoyed it. Ta-da!